Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm Sarah, and I'm really happy you're here with me today.
And I'm Jake. Hello, everyone. Today we have a very warm and gentle episode for you.
We really do. Today, we are going to learn English with a story, a short, simple, and beautiful little story.
Ooh, I love stories. So tell me, Sarah, what is our story about today?
It's called The Lost Wallet. It's about a woman who finds a wallet on a busy street one cold morning.
A lost wallet. You know, that happened to me once. I lost my own wallet at the train station last year.
Oh no, that's really terrible. Did you find it again in the end?
Yes, I did. A very kind woman found it and gave it back to me. I was so happy that day.
That's a lovely little story too, and that is exactly what today's story is about, kindness and honesty.
Nice. I like that already. So, how does this work? How do we learn English with a story?
Good question. First, I will tell the story slowly and clearly. You just listen and relax.
Okay, slowly and clearly. I like slow. Slow is very good for my brain.
Then, we are going to practice something called shadowing. Jake, do you know what shadowing means?
I think I do, but maybe you can explain it for everyone who is listening at home.
Of course. Shadowing is simple. You listen to a sentence and then you repeat it out loud. You copy the sound, the rhythm, and the feeling.
Ah, like a shadow. A shadow follows the person, so we follow the words.
Exactly right. It is one of the best ways to speak more naturally. And today, we will do it 2 times, once in the middle and once at the end.
2 shadowing practices. Even better. My speaking is going to improve a lot today.
I hope so. So today, just listen, then repeat, and enjoy the story with us.
Great plan. Let's do it. But first, we need the important words, don't we?
Yes, we do. Before the story, let's learn a few key words. This will help you understand everything later. The first word is wallet. A wallet is a small, flat case where you keep your money and your cards.
I keep my wallet in my back pocket. My money, my bank card, my photo, all inside my wallet.
Perfect example. A quick note. In American English, we say wallet. In British English, some people say purse.
Good to know. Both are correct. So what is the next word, Sarah?
The next word is pavement. In American English, we say sidewalk. It is the path where people walk, next to the road.
So the cars go on the road and the people walk on the pavement, on the sidewalk. I understand now.
That's right. Now, here is a very useful word, honest. An honest person tells the truth and does the right thing.
Honest. So, if I find money on the street and I give it back, then I am honest.
Yes, then you are an honest person. That is a wonderful word to remember for today's story.
I like it a lot. Okay, what is next on our list of words?
The word grateful. When someone helps you, you feel grateful. It means you feel thankful, deep in your heart.
I was very grateful when that kind woman returned my wallet. Very, very grateful.
Beautiful sentence. Now, to return something. This simply means to give something back to its owner.
To return. So, if I borrow your book today, then tomorrow I return your book. I give it back to you.
Exactly right, Jake. And the last big word for now is a reward. A reward is a gift you give to say thank you.
Ooh, a reward. Interesting. Is it money or a present or something like that?
Yes, it can be a little money, a small gift, or sometimes just a very warm thank you. Now we know our main words.
Let me try to remember them all. Wallet, pavement, honest, grateful, return, reward.
Wow, what a memory, Jake. Perfect. Listeners, please try to say them too, out loud right now. Oh, and 2 more small, useful words. Busy. A busy street has many people and many cars.
The city center is always busy in the morning. So many people everywhere.
And cash. Cash is paper money and coins. It's not a card. It's real money that you hold in your hand.
Cash. Got it. Okay, I think I'm ready now. Let's start the story, please.
All right, everyone. Sit back, relax, and just listen. Here begins the story of The Lost Wallet.
I'm ready. My ears are wide open.
It was a cold morning in the city. A woman named Emma was walking to work. The street was very busy.
Busy. Hey, we just learned that word 2 minutes ago.
Yes, well done. Emma was walking on the pavement. Many people were walking fast all around her.
A normal, busy morning in a big city. I can really picture it.
Then, suddenly, Emma saw something on the ground. It was small and brown and a little bit dirty. It was a wallet.
A wallet! On the ground! Oh, this is exciting already.
Emma stopped walking. She looked down at the wallet. Then she looked all around her. Nobody was looking for it.
So, what did she do next? I really want to know.
Emma bent down and picked up the wallet. It felt a little heavy in her hand. Slowly, she opened it.
Ooh. And what was inside the wallet? Tell us, Sarah.
Inside, there was some cash. Quite a lot of cash. There were a few cards. And there was an ID card with a small photo.
An ID card. So now she could see the name of the owner. That's clever.
Exactly. The name on the card was Mr. George Brooks, and under the name there was an address too.
So now Emma has a difficult choice. She can keep the money, or she can return the whole wallet.
Yes, this was the big moment of the story. Emma thought for a second. The cash was really a lot of money.
It's a difficult moment, honestly. And nobody was watching her.
But Emma was an honest person. She said to herself quietly, "This is not my money. I must return it to him."
Yes, good choice, Emma. I knew that I liked her.
Emma looked again at the address on the ID card. It was a small house near the park. It was not very far away.
So she decided to go there herself, right at that moment?
She did. Emma knew that she was going to be a little late for work, but she really wanted to do the right thing.
That is a very good person. I like Emma very much already.
Me too. So Emma put the wallet safely into her bag, and she started to walk to the address.
And now I really want to know what happens next.
We will find out very soon. But first, let's stop and practice a few of these sentences together. Okay, this is our first shadowing practice. I will say a sentence slowly. You repeat it after me, out loud. Ready?
Ready. And listeners, please remember, you repeat too. Don't be shy.
Listen and then repeat. It was a cold morning in the city.
It was a cold morning in the city.
Nice. Again, slowly. Emma was walking to work.
Emma was walking to work.
Very good. Now, a slightly longer one. Emma saw something on the ground.
Emma saw something on the ground.
Perfect. Feel the rhythm of the words. It was a wallet.
It was a wallet.
And now the most important one. This is not my money. I must return it.
This is not my money. I must return it.
Wonderful. Did you feel that? Repeating helps the words stay in your mouth and in your mind.
I love shadowing. It makes the English feel like it is really mine now.
That is the magic of it. And please, don't worry about small mistakes. Just copy the sound and keep going.
Yes, mistakes are completely okay, everyone. That is exactly how we all learn a language.
Now, let's go back to our story. Emma is walking to Mr. Brooks's house. What is going to happen there? Emma walked for about 10 minutes. Finally, she found the house near the park. It was a small blue house with a red door.
The house of Mr. Brooks. She actually found it.
Emma walked up to the door. She knocked gently. Knock, knock. Then she waited quietly on the step.
Oh, I'm a little nervous for her. Who is going to open the door?
After a moment, the red door opened slowly. An old man stood there. He had white hair and very kind eyes.
Was it him? Was it really Mr. Brooks?
Yes, it was. It was Mr. George Brooks. He looked at Emma with a little surprise. He did not know her.
Of course, because a stranger was standing right at his door.
Emma smiled warmly and said, "Hello, are you Mr. Brooks? I think I found your wallet this morning on the street."
Oh, wonderful. And what did the old man say to her?
Mr. Brooks quickly touched his coat pocket. His wallet was not there. His eyes opened wide with surprise.
So he didn't even know that it was lost yet?
No, he did not. He said, "My wallet. Oh, thank you, thank you. I really didn't know that it was gone."
He was so lucky that Emma was such an honest woman.
He truly was. Mr. Brooks was very grateful. He said again, thank you, you are very, very kind."
This is such a warm and gentle story. I love it.
It gets even warmer. Mr. Brooks said, "Please, wait here one moment." And he went back inside his house.
What did he do inside? Now I am curious.
He came back to the door with some money in his hand. He wanted to give Emma a reward, $20.
Ah, the reward. So, did she take the money in the end?
No, she did not. Emma smiled gently and said, "No, thank you. I don't need a reward. I am just happy to help you."
What a truly kind and honest person she is.
Mr. Brooks was very touched by her words. He said softly, "Then please, come inside for a cup of tea."
Aw, a cup of tea with old Mr. Brooks. That is so sweet.
And so, Emma stayed for a cup of tea. They talked and they laughed together. Slowly, they became good friends.
A lost wallet became a brand new friendship. That is really beautiful.
Yes, and every week after that morning, Emma came back to visit Mr. Brooks for tea. And that is the end of our story.
I loved it. It really makes me feel warm inside.
Me too. It shows us that one small, honest choice can change your whole life in a beautiful way. Now, here is our second shadowing practice, this time with sentences from the end of the story. Listen and repeat.
Ready. Everyone, repeat with me. Let's make these words our own.
Listen carefully. Emma knocked on the door.
Emma knocked on the door.
Good. Now this one. An old man opened the door.
An old man opened the door.
Very nice. Here is a kind one. Thank you. You are very kind.
Thank you. You are very kind.
Beautiful. Now Emma's important words. I don't need a reward.
I don't need a reward.
And the last one, my favorite. I am just happy to help you.
I am just happy to help you.
Perfect. Say it one more time in your head. I am just happy to help you. Feel the kindness in it.
These sentences are so useful. I can use I'm just happy to help in real life.
Yes, you can. That is real, natural English. Now you own these words. Well done, everyone.
I feel more confident already. Shadowing really works.
Now, let's look at 3 small things that learners often find a little difficult in this story.
Good idea. Let's do it. What is number 1?
Number 1 is the word wallet. Many learners say wallet, but we say wallet with the stress at the start.
Wallet. Strong at the beginning, not wallet. Got it.
Exactly. Number 2 is the past tense. We say Emma walked and Emma looked. Listen to the ending sound. Walked. Looked.
Oh, interesting. So the ED here sounds like a small t. Walked. Looked.
Yes, not walk-ed and not look-ed, just a short, soft T sound. This is very common in English.
That's a really useful tip. And what is number 3?
Number 3, many learners say, I very happy, but we must say, I am very happy. Don't forget the little word am.
I am very happy to help, not I very happy. I will really remember that one.
Perfect. Small words like am, is, and are very important. Please don't forget them.
These are the little mistakes that almost everybody makes. Thank you, Sarah.
Now, here is a quick culture note for you. In many countries, if you find a wallet, you can take it to the police.
Oh, really? You take it to the police station?
Yes. In the UK and the US, the police often have a lost and found. People go there to look for their lost things.
Lost and found. A special place for lost things and their owners. That's really nice.
Exactly. And remember our 2 little pairs of words. Americans say wallet. Some British people say purse.
And for the street, Americans say sidewalk, and British people say pavement. I remember both.
Well remembered. Both words are correct. Just choose one and try to be consistent.
Good advice. The English language is really full of these small, fun differences.
It truly is. And honestly, that is what makes learning English so interesting and so alive. Okay, everyone, it's time to practice. I'll ask a few simple questions about the story. Try to answer out loud.
And please pause the podcast if you need a little more time. No pressure at all.
Question 1. What did Emma find on the pavement that cold morning?
She found a wallet, a small brown wallet.
Question 2. Whose wallet was it?
It was Mr. George Brooks's wallet.
Question 3. Did Emma take the reward money?
No, she didn't. She said, "I am just happy to help."
Wonderful. And question 4. What did Emma and Mr. Brooks do together at the end?
They had a cup of tea, and they became good friends.
Perfect answers. Now, here is a bigger challenge for you at home. Try to tell the whole story in your own words.
Yes, use our key words: wallet, honest, return, grateful, and reward.
Take your time with it. Speaking is a skill, and every single day you get a little bit better. So let's quickly remember what we learned together today. We learned a story, some new words, and we practiced shadowing 2 times.
We learned wallet, honest, grateful, return, and reward. 5 great words.
And we learned that one small, honest choice can create something truly beautiful in your life.
Here is your homework, everyone. Listen to this whole episode one more time and shadow both parts of the story out loud.
Yes, repeat the sentences slowly. Little by little, English will start to feel natural for you.
And tell us in the comments below, have you ever found something and returned it? We really want to hear your story.
If this episode helped you today, please give it a like. It helps our little channel grow a lot.
And subscribe for a new English story every single week. We are so happy to learn together with you.
Thank you so much for listening. Take care, keep practicing, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everyone. Keep going. You are doing really great.